of parts recently. And the reason, because I find out a majority of this crap in hype. And here's some of it, because like I got this bottom bracket that came, and I got it from here, right? As you can see on the screen, I'll have video up with this. Pair along with it. I should actually start recording that along with this now, as you'll get to see me start up and do. So, I'm lucky, just open up the card and new driver. Okay? So I'm going to record a video, as it says right here. And I'm going to record it. Here it is, enabled on for my desktop. Now you guys will be able to see this too. Okay. Click from this point forward. Okay, so here you will see a transition, and now you'll have my desktop. Okay, here's the PDF I keep screaming about, in close detail, from the website. And as you see, right, it says Ninja BB install instructions, right there, on the top of it, okay? Now, because I pay attention to models and parts, I knew what a Ninja BB was. Okay, it says token, right up there, it says, so it's a token Ninja on their website, okay? Now the paper I got, excuse my Strava, the paper I got, it doesn't look like this. Okay, I'll put it up in a second. But basically, it says Driveline right over there. So the only thing that they actually changed was they printed their logo on it there, which is cool, I guess. And that's basically it. So now here I'm scrolling down to show the weight and everything that they claim to have. I haven't measured the weight because I don't really care about weight. I'm not a weight weenie. I want it to be strong and work. But the stuff that was funny to me though was when you remove the cap though, everything on the bottom bracket does say token on it. The only time it does say Driveline, like literally, is on the outside sticker logo. That is the outside cover of the bearings. So, I did install this on I guess a 105 style crank with a 24mm shaft. That did fit perfect. Didn't need any of the shims or anything for it. It was a pretty easy install that is in the video before this, and basically brought some speed to everything now, which is kind of nice. So it reminds me of I have an aluminum Cannondale that is extremely stiff and extremely harsh because it's stiff. So it's very fast, very stiff, but you feel like you're riding on a spring relay. And that's how it feels. But this, it's not like that. It's just like, kind of like the difference of being in a pool and having on flippers and you're treading water, right? And when you don't have on flippers, you have to work that much harder to tread water. And you don't really notice the water between your toes or anything because you're kind of struggling more or less to keep up the speed of your legs as opposed to concentrating on the technique in your stroke or flip, whatever you want to call it, or whatever it is called. But basically, when you have on flippers then, you can control and flip a lot slower and you'd spend less energy because it's much more controlled. So you feel that difference, and that alone is what I would say I felt. And the amount of torque that you could put out immediately is what I noticed. And there was no flexion in what was before a plastic bottom bracket. So now it being metal, it like feels like a metal bike, kind of, which is weird. But it's carbon. Yeah. and you don't have the weight of the metal or the vibrations. And I was talking about with the aluminum being very, very harsh. So same power output with none of the harsh vibrations or anything, all from what should have been a cheap, stolen, knockoff bottom bracket now I find out. But here's Token's bottom bracket. See? Here's the, here's the Token Ninja. Right. It comes in for all kinds of press fit bottom brackets. That's why I'm recommending this, because a lot of us got stuck with these from companies who are all being lazy. And basically because it has a shell that screws together and is not pressing on the inside of your frame, it allows for your spindle to have more structural integrity because there's something that actually is not the carbon's not strong, but it's not laterally tense unless it's set up to be that way, which is something that they do a little bit, but I don't think so to the amount of stiffness. I can feel the difference. Like you'll feel an immediate huge difference, and I mean so huge that it's unarguable that it's there. Like if you ride it, you will feel it. You put in a plastic one, you'll feel it move. That's all I can say. Like you feel the difference, even with that metal housing around or whatever that's supposedly in those cups. It's not doing anything. It didn't do anything until there was a whole metal shell around the spindle of the axle of the crank, which is a lot of stuff for a pole. Basically, you gotta love knockoffs though, because they're around. I'm not gonna really put up where well, you've already seen all that, but they're like they're nice, $30 as opposed to whatever Token is doing. But I think in all probability, what normally happens is, see, a lot of these places make parts for other places, and who's to stop me from? It's not illegal for. In fact, in China, it's respected upon. It's just here that we have laws against this stupid stuff. Again, I say it's stupid because it actually hinders growth on all areas of everything, and we don't realize that because our culture is so inundated with not understanding these things. That when you have things in computer, for instance, we have things called the GNU. Okay, it means that everything that I make beneath this software license is allowed to be changed by you, for instance. If you were to get it and like it and change it and improve upon it, it's your right and freedom to do so. As long as you give me credit for helping you come along and do that. Okay, and in fact, in Asian culture, I won't say Asian, I know in Chinese culture specifically, it's expected upon. In technology specifically, okay? So they actually house huge cities that are nothing but think tanks that allow people to go in and steal each other's ideas, and they do it daily on purpose, and it creates all the innovative technology that we all get 2 years later, and we don't realize this because our culture is set up to do the exact opposite, and it's I want credit for first, and I want payment for first, when there it's not like that. It's thought of as the whole collective first, as opposed to me and what am I going to get first. So that tends to hurt all of us because we're very selfish, and that's just flat out what it is. And that's why I can get a $30 bottom bracket from halfway across the world, and it's the same company that in fact is making them in Taiwan. And the company that they have making them is who's selling them. And that's fair game in their culture and market. But here, if that happens, it's considered copyright infringement, and you'll probably get a cease and desist letter. You may get a visit from the FBI. You may get told that you'll be fined. But normally it goes nowhere because the cost of all of that is more substantial, and the publicity that they maintain from that is far worse, because then they look like a doofus for kind of picking on small people that had no need for it in the first place. He just made a change to their software. But all of that to say, shop around. Have a good day. Stop the video. I gotta stop both of them. How do I stop it? Oh, stop recording right there. How do I stop it?